Oh, welcome back, everybody, to Elder Scrolls Online. This is our quest by quest playthrough with Milara Falcon's Bane. Last episode, we had a guest because I forgot to do the recording I needed to with Milara. But this episode, we are going to head on over. We have unlocked the Mages Guild, we have unlocked the Fighters Guild, we have unlocked the Antiquarian Circle, we have unlocked Battlegrounds. What we have not unlocked, the Psijic's Order and rune scribing. So we're going to start with the Psijic's Order because that hopefully will be shorter. I don't know. Let's find out. Let me just have a look at my journal. My journal should be relatively... Yep, I need to finish those. We're not doing that. Radio. A new reward. Well, let's open that up. Milara could do with that. I haven't managed to miss a day yet, having said that. This is the rewards for January 2025. We have a Nord drinking horn, a Nord candle antler for your in-room, a Nord brazier hanging, you could also put that in your in-room, and a whole bunch of other stuff over here, but that's fine. Let's go with Silentium Sinister. Nice to meet you. Psijic's Order. Now, to start the Psijic's Order, we need to go all the way back to Summerset. It doesn't sound right, but I think it is. Or it could actually be High Isle. Actually, I think it is High Isle. No, that's definitely not right. No, it's Summerset. Hang on. We need to go all the way over to Summerset. So, let us go back to the Shimmerene Way Shrine. This is where we need to be to start our run for the Psijic's Order, because we can't get to Artaeum without actually doing the first main story quest of Summerset Isle. Let's go.
Let the cat fight those monsters. I'm getting out of here. The island sprung a leak. Run!
Calabar.
First, the Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Summerset from an isolated paradise into a tourist attraction.
Now.
Now, monsters, sea creatures. I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Monsters? Cat? Slow down and tell me what happened.
Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures.
Right.
They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
I'll go and talk to Razumdar. What has that kitty got himself into this time? Actually, I don't think Milara's met him yet. Alrighty. Let me just make it a focus in Summerset. Grab the Queen's Decree. Show us on the map. We are definitely heading in the wrong direction. Always go toward the little diamond if you can. Talk to Razumdar above. Above what? Oh, wow, okay. With the Dead Sea creatures. Gotcha. Raz.
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help.
Sorry, late
You
to the
must
party.
tell me what brought you to
and all that.
Summerset after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business.
Complications, Raz. That sounds ominous.
Ominous? No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's Eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing. Queen Irene issued a decree to open the borders of Summerset and allow outsiders to have access to the island.
That doesn't sound too terrible.
That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures. Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help.
All right, I'll ask some questions around the city.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching
Scratching
and
and
clawing.
clawing.
Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerene when you have something to report.
What were those strange creatures I saw you fighting?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Anyone in specific you want me to talk to regarding the Queen's decree?
As a matter of fact, Raz made a list.
Of course, Raz did.
Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about.
Okay.
Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranul, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
What did Old Newell speak out about, and where can I find her?
Old Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her.
Great help, Raz.
The artist likes to gather shells along the eastern coast. She uses them to make paints and dyes.
Ranul, that doesn't sound like a high elf name.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerene for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
What's the Divine Prosecution?
The Divine Prosecution serves as lawkeepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When rules are broken, they record it in their observation logs. If your name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
What do you mean Zoxolza is being persecuted?
Something to do with monks and newcomer registration.
Okay.
Raz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Lizards like water, yes?
Raz?
Not Raz. Ugh. Raz hates the wet stuff.
What does all this have to do with that geyser and those creatures?
Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Summerset because of the Queen's decree.
Oh,
No, that would
smarty.
be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus. Just see what Old Newell, Soxolza, and Ranul have to say about newcomers and the mood in Shimmerene.
And what do you expect me to learn by talking to these people?
We need to confirm these rumors or else put an end to them. Everyone should be pleased with the Queen's decree. Opening the border shows progress, yes? However, if any of her loyal subjects reject progress, well, Raz needs to know that too.
All right, I'll go talk to Newell, Ranul, and Zoxolza.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerene when you have something to report.
Anything I should know about Shimmerene before I head out?
Raz knows very little about city ordinances or how to tell the difference between mead and ale, so let's avoid those topics, yes? Otherwise, this one knows all about the Queen's decree and the initial reaction of the nobles and King Lady.
What's that about the kin lady and the nobles?
King Lady Avenice has made her views on the Queen's decree quite clear. She calls it unreasonable, dangerous. A few of the city's nobles have sided with the King Lady, as has the new Oldark at the monastery. My queen permits discussion, to a point.
So the kin lady opposes the Queen's decree.
She has spoken against it. Now Raz needs to know how far she will go to defy the will of the Queen. Does she grumble but welcome the newcomers, or is she using every option at her disposal to block their arrival? Raz will find out, with your help.
Tell me about the Queen's decree.
Queen Irene, her most excellent leader of the Aldmeri Dominion, has issued a decree opening the once forbidden land of Summerset to traders, visitors, and immigrants of all races. Controversial, yes, but part of her plan for the Dominion's future.
And this is a problem.
For some. High elves talk of perfection, but they are a complicated people. Various individuals in Summerset take issue with their queen, with change of any sort, actually. The King Lady, for example, some nobles. Makes my job complicated.
And who are you again?
Raz is wounded to the core, forgotten already. This one usually leaves a better impression.
Oh, I don't know. I think he leaves a
I am
bigger impression.
Razendar, Queen Irene's Eye and Dark Lantern Agent Extraordinaire. But that is a secret between you and me.
Okay.
To everyone else, this one is simply Raz.
Then simply Raz, I'll go and ask your questions. Okay. So somewhere over here, we're looking for... Oh, I think we're looking for an artist. What do you reckon? Yeah, Olnuil. Let's go find Olnuil.
Go find your own patch of beach.
Nice to meet you.
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration.
Mm-hmm.
I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
What's the path to Elexon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Summerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you made complaints in Shimmerene. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
What happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf?
Now.
Too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's go and see Suxolza. Hopefully I won't very foolishly swim myself through some slaughterfish for this. We'll grab our runestones and stuff along the way. Suxolza, here we go. So basically what we're doing is we need to unlock the Psijic order as one of our things that we like to unlock, and because that unlocks Psijic portals. Oh, that can't be good. I'm guessing that adventure I saw a little minute ago possibly has dealt with the monster that's normally here. So the Psijic order unlocks Psijic portals, which is a great way to get some more resources. Jumma, Summerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than a mud flea on a guar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of societal rules and expectations, regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery, along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cool stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks for the Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used the talents I learned from the associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves' Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends, and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning, I plan to head to Alinor. Hopefully, I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination would be preferable to here. Oh dear, that does not look good. All right. Well, we didn't exactly talk to him, but we did. We did. We did get to hear his words on the matter. Sounds like something's a bit fishy in Eleanor to me. Not Eleanor. Where are we? Shimmerene. No. Yes, Shimmerene. We've come from Eleanor. Eleanor was where we learnt the jewelry trade. So there are two important things along the Shimmerene docks. Well, actually, there's a few important things. I mean, this is one of them. Fang of the Sea Vipers, a Mages Guild Lorebook. Now that we are a member of the Mages Guild, there's another one in here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. Anyway, now that we're a member of the Mages Guild, we actually get experience and level up for finding those books. Like I said, I'm sure there's another one in here somewhere. The other thing that's important along here, okay, we do want to talk to Ranul, but I'll just take you over to this crafting set station here. All right, this is the Shimmerene Dockworks, and this is the Rider, I think. Adept Rider set can be built here. Alrighty, well now that we've seen that, I think I've got some crafting stuff to do, but we'll go back and talk to Ranul and focus on our quest. Ranul?
A newcomer in the warehouse district.
Well, yeah.
Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task.
Yeah, that's right.
I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away.
Ah.
For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. Have you lived in Summerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Summerset?
Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
I understand. Right. So, I know you're all wondering how doing the first main story quest unlocks the Psijic's order. Well, you'll find out. This is the Queen's degree. Let's go talk to Razumdar. I just want to see if we're better off going out through the gate. Oh, hello. Bit iron. Not such a bad thing. And we're actually better off just coming round the side. That's cornflower. Let's have a bit of that. I know I really should put some points into making things glow, shouldn't I? But we're doing all right. We're recognizing stuff as we get to it. I mean, the fact it lights up helps a bit, but it's we don't really need it. Let's talk to the stable master.
My mounts are good, and don't let anyone tell you any different. But if you'd rather walk than ride on an animal cared for by the likes of me, suit yourself.
Hey, no. Cared for by the likes of you. Have you looked at my face yet? Let's go for a bit more backpack space. I know, one day we'll go for speed. Not today. Alrighty.
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
But the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
I don't like the sound of that, Raz.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned.
I
Did
understand.
you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist assistant and the Red Guard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes?
Yes.
Ranul's cousin just arrived, but Old Newell's assistant has lived on Summerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Zoxolza have to say?
Zoxolza was dead by the time I reached him. I found this letter in his pack.
Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the kin lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery.
All right, I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own.
Really?
Raz has other fish to catch.
All right.
This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
It shall be as Raz has requested. Well, let's go. It's so easy to get lost in this city. I remember getting so very lost the first few times. It's best if you just flick your map up. It's easy enough to find your way. Looks like the assassins have been out today. Oh my gosh, I will not forget the day.
I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... You say I won some gold?
Don't you remember? Raz always pays his debts, and he always buys the drinks.
Gold and drinks, I say. Oh dear. Okay, it looks like look, Eleanor always things are well and truly ransacked, but occasionally you'll come across something handy, and if you're lucky, that they're not going to be crafters doing the ransacking. So you'll come across recipes and a few recipes and things. Also materials for your traits.
This isn't the town square. Move along.
All right. Danger of worship, the chimer. Kinlady's letter. My dear Oldark Tilkala, I'm so glad you suggested transferring to our beloved monastery. I was happy to use my influence to make that happen, especially after that insightful discussion we had concerning Queen Irene's radical and frankly dangerous decree. I look forward to working with you to make sure Shimmerene and indeed all of Summerset remains safe and secure. Your plan to sequester newcomers in order to test their suitability for residency in Shimmerene is a stroke of genius. Determining who has the ability and temperament to become productive members of our society and who does not will allow us to spot troublemakers and lackadaisical transients before any damage is done. It isn't a perfect solution, but it will suffice until we can urge the unforeseen Queen to rescind this order and send all the Nabara, the unwelcome, back to where they came from. Send me a list of candidates you deem acceptable for life in Summerset. I'm sure Proxy Queen Alwanawe will appreciate having the documentation concerning whom we permitted to stay and whom we sent away. I keep saying that Summerset is sacrosanct. Let Oridon deal with the other races. After all, our beloved Queen spends all her time there anyway, carousing with cats and wood elves. I'm sure she'd love more company. Kinlady Ovenis. Well, someone's got her nose out of joint. 5 points for the star. The Heart of Love. Charge of the Welknir. Hi. More Charge of the Welknir. The year 2020, volume 14. Ooh, another bit of paper. List of sequestered guests. Wood elves, 4 males, 3 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. One says she's lived in Summerset for more than a year, moved to preparation cells. Khajiit, 7 males, 9 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens, sent half to the preparation cells, the other half to holding cells. Argonians, 4, gender inconclusive, who can tell with muck swimmers, moved to preparation cells for immediate siphoning. Bretons, 1 male, 2 females, claim to be traders from Wayrest, or did they say Daggerfall? Does it even matter? Why am I writing all this down? What does the new Uldark plan to do with this information? Place in holding cells. Redguards, 2 males, 4 females, all arrived on a ship from Hammerfell. One says she was sent for by Renald the trader, sent half to the holding and the other half to preparation. Nords, 1 male, claims to be part of something called the Nord Cultural Exchange, sent to holding. Right.
You belong on the other side of that door.
Oops. I was just talking to the nice priest.
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
Where can I find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Uldark brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
Tell me about the Uldark and the new monks.
Uldark Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by King Lady Avanice, or so I heard.
Right.
It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together, but there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Uldark and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery.
Right.
Now, please, let me get back
Oh,
to
don't make
my
me yawn
nap.
again. You must have some idea where they're sequestering the newcomers?
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. Now go away.
Before you go, anything else I should know about the monastery?
The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation.
Another hint.
The Uldark has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you. Now, if you don't mind, my nap awaits.
Okay, I'll let you nap. Happy napping. All right, let's toddle upstairs. What? Do you freaking well mind? Well, someone disapproves of me going through the trunks. Ah, dear. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Bookcases, very important. Sacred Witness, the Mauma, Rumours of the Spiral Skein, the Cold Harbour Compact. That's right, we have to do runing too, don't we? The Everscriven Tome, the Myth of the Seaholes, the Book of Circles, Sundus Maxims, Catacombs of Caith Badral, Psijic Order, we're going to go looking for that, Secrets Overheard in Apocrypha, Chim El Abdal, the Malma of Pyandonia, Ronio, we've been that way, into here. Ooh, what is that? An abyssal pearl.
Unusual knick-knack for an Aldark's office, wouldn't you agree?
Right. Hi.
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own.
At least we're both
I suppose
skulking.
we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what purpose would that be?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
I saw a pearl like that. There were strange creatures nearby.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding, we need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
How did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerene than the usual politics and community relations.
What else could be going on here?
That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldark and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me?
I'll meet you in the Undercroft. I have a few books to examine in here.
Pearl. I wonder where the Aldark acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on with the newcomers.
Nickel's a good thing. I've been using a lot of nickel lately. Recipe, yes. I don't think I've got that one. Well, I know I should theoretically be sending them all to Tamrain, but I built crafters with each character I have, so Tamrain is just going to have to find her own Seiichi tea, which she will. It's a blue. Eventually we'll find it. Jewels of Yokoda. Jewelry crafting increased to 5. Nice haul. Investigating our allies, Part 1, and the Song of Palinor, Volume 5. Let's just wander in here, grab a royal embarrassment. Case of the Divine Prosecution, and we'll search that cabinet. We'll take the fish, it'll go into our crafting bag. Alrighty, let's just zip into here. We might just grab these recipes and take them out by learning them. That is awesome. 3 new recipes. I know, I'm so happy. Alrighty, now can we search these desks? No. Sometimes you can search the desks, and there's usually recipes in those too. If you are going to get into furnishing, looking for recipes is a wonderful way to let yourself be able to design what you want to design a little bit more freely, because then you can.
What's the matter with you? Get out of here.
Oops, he wasn't happy to see me. The Clovey and Ginger, I'm pretty sure we've got. Like, I've had that on a few characters, so I think I had plenty spare. What's the matter with me, man? You guys leave all the most exciting stuff in your wardrobes, and I want them to be reset for next time I come through. All right.
You have no right to be in here.
You're right. I'll leave via the Undercroft. It's okay.
Something's wrong down here.
You
I
don't
sense
say.
Magic. Vile
Really?
Magic.
Oh, that can't be good.
These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive over there.
Thank the Divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here.
Why did they lock you in a
It's
cage?
a nightmare. We came to Summerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery.
Right.
Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
There are only a few of you here. Where are the rest of the newcomers?
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber.
Uh-oh.
Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
I'll unlock the cage and see what's going on in the next chamber.
Is that a scoffin?
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
Alright, go let the others loose. Valseren.
A Daedra? Here? And that's a Scoffin. If I
Yes.
remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
What's a dead Scarfin doing in a monastery devoted to the Eight?
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the Scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's
good girl.
belt, so we can open that door.
That's where the prisoner said the monks took the rest of the newcomers.
Then I suggest we pick up the pace.
Right.
We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
All right. I know, normally I go on a little goods rampage here, but I think we'll just toddle through. We will ransack any vases we find, though.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear, your turn will come.
I've never stopped to watch. You just killed all those people. Oh, right, I'm playing this character. Hang on, let me just deal with this guy. Alright, I'm sure it'll chase me downstairs. Let me go and deal with the creatures downstairs. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, that's healing, yep. I think I should have familiarized with my with my skills. I know, it does help if I I do need to check my queue.
Come on, let's talk outside.
Oh, I didn't know that one. What is that not doing in my quick slot? Well, let's fix that then, shall we? Okay. Yeah, the others have been through and they've been fairly thorough. They don't like taking the lockpicks though, because they do take up space in your pack, but if you don't take them, you don't get a lot of other stuff respawning, which is a pain. Mostly it's junk, but sometimes you get something worth getting. Alright, let's catch up with Valseren before she gets impatient. Miss Bang Boom. Hi. Valseren.
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a member of the Psijic Order.
Right.
Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset.
Right.
My inquiries led me here.
The Psijic Order?
The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this?
I'm working with Razumdar, one of the Queen's eyes. But what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. but we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
All right, let's go. Well, I'm getting a lovely collection of lockpicks. Although the wax comes in handy for making furniture, so that's not such a bad thing. I've gone the wrong way. I've gone round in a circle, I think. Sometimes you can get those as well. Bookshelves, Rizlav the Righteous Part 2, Hags, Harpies and Hag Ravens, The Heart of Love. I don't think he's going to let me read this undisturbed. The Cold Heart of Combat. Let's get a little bit of XP. You mean little Scarvan, you. That earns empty. Pristine water, always good for potion making. Corundum, a nice material that we never know how much we're going to need of. Search the desk. I know you can run these much faster if you're not ransacking everything. Oh, the College of Sapiarchs, 5 points of the star. Oh yeah, there's an interesting adventure up there too. Let me just get up. I know sometimes you can get them easily, sometimes you can't. It all depends. All right, we'll just leave those. Check out the bookshelf. Strakes and Futtocks. The Song of Pelennor, Volume 7. Tears of Anurame. Year 2020, Volume 4. I suppose I should deal with these. Oh, right. I just rolled into it. Let me just deal with him. Masker, tough little devil. Right, where was I before he so rudely interrupted me? Malmo, thingammy, what's it? Adamantite, another material. Psijic order. Rejection of open borders. And prayer of the resolute. These are all part of the collections, which we won't be able to see with this character yet until we have Eidetic Memory, which we won't get till we've done the Mage Guild quest line, which we will work on shortly. Ah, finally noticed me ransacking everything. Target's immune to the pushback. They're not immune to the damage though. Alrighty. It's not like we can't handle them. Absolute ton of lockpicks. I'd like to say I never break them and therefore don't need them, but that would be a lie. The ash will sell for 1 gold a piece. It's not really worth the effort, but I'm terrible at remembering where I've actually been, so... We can avoid most of the combat just by not being too greedy and hanging around. In this case, whoops, my bad. Sorry, gotta let my thingy build up. Oh, whoops. That's what I did. Okay. I have this habit where my fingers slide across the keys to the other side. And I hit R instead of E, which is a pain because now when I need that ultimate, I'm not going to have it. Oh, man. And we could jump over the edge if you want, but... Might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. I know, we upset another magic user. Let me just take out the trash first. Maybe have some healing potion, that might be an idea. Well, at least she doesn't get underfoot while you're fighting, okay? That's all I can say. This was so much harder the first time I did it. Because I didn't know about anything. I didn't have champion points, but I also didn't know about gearing up or... yeah. Eating food, actually, which is kind of important right now. Let's do that.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Alright. As long as you're alright, Valsaren. Let's go find the Raz. I think I've gone the wrong way. I have. Don't mind me, I'm not lost. I should have gone the other way. Duh. Aww. Alright, let's go find Raz. He's in here somewhere, that kitty. I'm looking for anything that might be useful. Let me just get this cooking fire done because you're the brewer. I wonder where the cook is. Ah, that's the bard. Alright. Next chef we find will buy the baked potato recipe. I don't think I've got it in my backpack. Raz, how is this one today?
Ah, this one's new partner returns.
I do.
What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people that were sequestered were killed by to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for.
I'm sorry to
Murder,
disappoint.
Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
Of course Raz does. You want me to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with the Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly.
Okay.
Raz wants you to talk to her.
Okay.
See what she knows about the Oldar. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
I also met a mage from the Psijic order in the monastery.
A Psijic? Raz has heard rumors.
Right.
But there are always rumors about the Psijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Psijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl?
Yeah.
You should probably have led with that bit of information.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can worry about the Psijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Shouldn't you speak to the Kin Lady? You do work for the Queen, after all.
Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
All right, Raz. A plate of pudding tarts and a horse. Raz, you have me intrigued. All right, we're heading downstairs. I really should actually put this Summerset, the Queen's Decree. There we go. Now life will be a lot easier for us. All right, out we go. Huh, okay. I think we need to go upstairs. Maybe I should check my map. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, downstairs. Down the stairs. And then into this square. Then this way. Then up here. I gotcha. All right, I think I should think about putting on this set of elegant clothes, but I do believe the adventure will tell me when, so that's kind of good. Nice little wood elf in a pretty outfit. Let's go. Right. Good thing about stealing recipes is they're gone as soon as you learn them. Alright, we probably don't want to steal anything from here while the cook is busily doing his thing. He's got a party, he's going to be extra vigilant of his supplies. Bookshelves, not stealing from bookshelves. Further notes on the Sload. Probably shouldn't go into there. Words and power. Hi, Galmalor.
Yes? And who might you be?
Oh, apart from being a fellow countryman, I need to speak to Kinlady Avenis.
The Kin Lady is currently engaged.
Well, I
She's
know.
holding a conference with Shimmerene's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do.
He doesn't need to
And
sound
may
so
I say
surprised.
that your outfit is suitably elegant.
Thank you.
Please, head into the garden.
Thank you, Galmalor. Right.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerene and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
Optional steps. Talk to Aldark. Takala. Can't talk to anybody else here. Cannon Reeve.
A newcomer here in the Kin Lady's garden?
Well, yes.
And during her latest rant on the dangers of the Queen's decree? Oh, that's just grand. I really can't wait to see her expression when she finally notices your presence.
You seem to be taking the business of the Queen's decree rather lightly.
Am I? Some probably see it that way. What do I care? I'm the Canon Reeve of Shimmerene. Kin Lady Avenis may outrank me, but I'm the one who keeps the city's bureaucracy functioning smoothly. It's what I do. What were we talking about again?
Do you know what the Kin Lady plans to do about the Queen's decree?
Complain, most likely. My cousin excels at that. I assume she may have something else worked out with the new Aldmeri, but she has yet to bring me into her confidence on the matter. Frankly, I assumed that's why we were here.
What's a Cannon Reeve?
I'm a Canon Reeve, my dear. I thought we established that. It's an official title, given to diplomats and bureaucrats who administer to county seats. A gift from my cousin Avenis, I suppose. In your land, I'd probably be called the mayor.
Right. Craft Reeve Madalmo.
First, the Kin Lady invites us to discuss the situation in Shimmerene. Then she tells us to sit here and wait. And now Adept Rider is standing close enough for me to smell it.
You should not be sniffing
Milara,
me.
Speak up, or is talking not part of your repertoire?
And what do you think the Kin Lady's planning?
Everyone knows what the Kin Lady thinks of the Queen's decree. I suppose she plans to oppose the new policy. Keep more Milara from reaching our shores. Somehow. I hope she doesn't do anything that ruins our expanded trade agreements.
How do you feel about the Queen's decree?
That's a loaded question, Milara. Look, I get as nervous as a pigeon in a griffin eyrie just thinking about having a lizard living right next door. But I can't argue with the Queen's success. The expanded trade agreements have been a star sign.
What does that word mean, Nebara?
Nebara? Well, I suppose that's our word for the newcomers. I guess you could say it's impolite, but old habits can be hard to break. No offense. Look, I don't have an issue with the newcomers. Some of my best workers weren't born on the island.
Exactly. Think on that, Craft Reeve. Aldark.
How bold of you. The Nebara dares to stand in my holy presence.
Absolutely.
Very well, bold Nebara. What can the new Aldmeri of Shimmerene do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments.
Spittle wouldn't be what I'd be spraying. Mud. Mud sounds good. There's a event on. I hear that you and the Kin Lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you?
I did.
I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest.
Oh, surely not, you do.
Nothing but the best interests of Summerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you're sequestering newcomers and other non-high elves beneath the monastery?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerene, aren't you? For a Nebara.
You keep calling me Nebara. What does that mean?
You're right. Where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
I see. Is it common for high elf monks to conspire with Daedra?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually.
Did I look casual?
What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
Ooh.
For your own protection, you understand?
Yeah, mate. If I was looking out after my protection, you'd be dead. If you'll excuse me, old Dark Tilkalar, I just remembered I've someplace else to be.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free.
Oh, we searched that bookshelf. I want to be upstairs before he comes through that door.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a by your leave?
Well, it's kind of the same way I dare to nick this from your backpack, really. Under your very nose. I'm sorry. Kin lady.
No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out, before I call the guards.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Summerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Old Dark agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers.
Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended.
I see.
He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerene. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kin Lord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
And were you aware that the Old Dark's monks are killing the newcomers under the monastery?
That's preposterous.
No,
Aldark
saw it.
Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Summerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
Sounds like you should see for yourself what's happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
MG, I wonder why. All right. I'll have company in a minute. Alrighty, so, oops, wrong way. Out here. I know I ignored the little light thing already. Let's go find young Raz. There he is, doing the kitty casual.
Psst. Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture.
I can do that.
As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz.
Sure.
Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
The kin lady believes that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away.
Raz thinks Avanice is as naive as she is complicit, but she is not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, Has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerene.
I overheard that the kin lady was going to meet the Oldark in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Oldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Psijic sage, yes? Here she comes now.
Let me find out what Seren has to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the kin lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The kin lady is meeting the Oldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserin of the Psijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
It's actually relatively easy to navigate. I don't know why I get lost so much in this city. Could be all the twists and turns too. You know what? I could ride a mount. What do you reckon? Except I don't think that'd be any faster. It is very pretty here. Oops, but I'm going in the wrong direction. And I'm about to get mugged by a bat-winged... Oh no, I'm not. Thank goodness. We swiveled before we needed to. Alright. I'm going to just follow the little diamond on my screen. Go around that, whatever it was, the thing with the big teeth. And we'll keep an eye out for a few other monsters. I'll just grab the bugloss. And we might grab that. That looks like a salamander having a bit of a feed. We might just go around him if we can. I mean, we can beat him, but... Crabs. Big snake. Another salamander. Where is Valserin? I think I've gone right past her. Oh, there she is. Hang on. Ah, yeah. Valserin?
One of Summerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out why the Aldark asked Kin Lady Avanice to meet him out here.
How do we find the Aldark and the Kin Lady?
Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them.
Oh no.
I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
He is. He is. Oh no. Let me just help this person out a little bit. It looks like they're actually in a fair amount of trouble again. Actually, why don't we go here? I know, we're going to have our own trouble, but I want these runestones. You're not going to let me have that without a fight, are you? You evil snake thing, you. Alrighty, we were looking for... I don't think we're going to get past him without a fight. Let's deal with him.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool.
Uh-oh.
Taste what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world.
Your prince! I want no part of Daedra! Help!
The Aldog. We'd better hurry.
Alright,
I'll go after the kin lady. You deal with the Aldog.
we should be able to see the Aldog here, but I think we've got two instances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just go out of the instance and back in again. We might just unlock this shrine. Okay, now that it's letting us have it, we should be able to see him. There he is.
Come, Nebara. Let me show you the power be... Yagra, destroy these fools.
Well, let me just destroy him first. We'll get to the Yagra in a minute. Oh, alright. Or we could just destroy him and then that'll deal with that. We'll destroy the Abyssal Pearl. Nasty thing. We'll loot the old ark. I know, Raz is going to be so disappointed in me. Valseren.
Razumdar apprehended the kin lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldog Tilkalar? Did he escape?
I killed him. He's dead. I heard him mention the Prince of Bargains.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldog. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargains' Clavicus Vial.
Right.
Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more.
You think you can learn something from the pearl?
You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Rightmaster Ikesis all that transpired here.
Right.
If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story.
Who's Rightmaster Ikesis?
The Rightmaster leads the Psijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum.
Right.
This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerene in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces.
Right.
It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
I'll go to Artaeum to talk to the Rightmaster after I check in with Razumdar.
One more adjustment and there. You are now attuned.
Thank you.
Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
All right. Like the lady says, she's got her own way of getting into things. So... Oh no. Hey! You? Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to Artaeum, but unless you do this adventure, you don't get attuned to the portal and you can't go there on your own. I don't think.
Claw.
Raz.
The King Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation.
Oh dear. And
You can't treat me like some sort
Queen
of...
Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerene allowed a false Aldar to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
the old duck called on the Prince of Bargains before I killed him.
The Prince of Bargains? That could only be Clavicus Vial. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into?
I don't know.
This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Psijic sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
Valseren returned to Artaeum. She invited me to come and speak to their Rightmaster.
The Psijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar.
I see.
This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art.
I see.
On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, yes?
Yes. Valsarin said the Order would try to find out more about the Uldark and the Abyssal Pearls.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Psijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Very well, Raz. Let's confront Kin Lady Avenis.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
How did you get involved with old Dark Tinkala?
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Summerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he planned to kill the newcomers?
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
Do all of the monks at the monastery worship Daedra?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the divine prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerene. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site.
No.
I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That would probably be for the best. Raz's tail is twitching. I'm not sure I like that. All right. Travel to Artaeum. I'm going to unlock this way shrine on the way. Oh dear. I think I upset some monsters. I'm not going to stop and say hello to them. This is the Silver Woad Way Shrine. Alright, let's head on to this ancient site, which is also the site we need to go to for the thing. Let's not disturb the big pretty deer because it will kick our tails with great ferocity. We'll avoid the bandits. I know, there's a lot of doom and destruction here. It's not a good spot for brand spanking new characters, I tell you. It's there's a reason it's a DLC zone. It's not where I need to be. Oh yeah, no, I see. Possibly avoid the griffin while we're at it. Yeah. Just go round. Oh my god, there's two of them. Oh dear. I'm just hoping I'm running fast enough that I don't wake them up. This is the keep of the 11 forces. Oh dear, that sounded like it saw me and wasn't happy. So we actually need to go all the way over to here. I'll grab that that Skyshard while we're at it. So we'll zippity-doo-dah up this way. Zippity-doo-dah up this way. We are going to have to deal with things. Alright, I'm going to grab this. There's one other thing I want to get while I'm here because there's two items, collectible items in this area. One is this Skyshard and the other one is a book. And you know how we feel about those. Right, that's our portal. But the book I want is just here. Oh, and I'll have that too. Grab that. Okay, the old ways. Soul gem. Oh, red hippocras. We're doing really good for oh dear. For books and things. Let's head to Artaeum. I don't think it's going to let me until I deal with Mr. I'm mad at you up there. We'll zap him with a staff of thingamy what's it. If we're lucky, no, he's not going to leave us alone. We'll just have to kill him. Right. And we filled the soul gem. That's good. Into Artaeum. We'll see if we know that red hippocras recipe yet too. Portal to Summerset. Nope, we already know red hippocras. I'm still pleased to have it. Bound to have a character. What, don't have it yet? We might, while we're here, unlock this crafting set station as well. We'll just zippity our way this way. Grab that cornflower. I know, I nearly always end up landing in the water here because I forget to take where I'm meant to be. These are the Artaeum Craftworks. And this is where you craft Sload's Semblance. Alright. Let's head on over to the pool. It's nice to be able to grab those things. No, round we go. As you can see, we went in the exact opposite direction that we needed to. There's a guild trader, that's fine.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the pearl while I speak to our new guest. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldach's plot on Summerset.
Yeah, we discovered that newcomers to Summerset were being murdered to power the Abyssal Pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sotha Seal warned us about.
Right. Sotha Seal. What threat? I don't understand.
Sotha Seal, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order.
Oh.
After an attack on his clockwork city, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Summerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
Is there anything more I can do to help?
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the pearl Valcerin brought us.
Right.
There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first.
No, starting immediately would be wonderful, although we'll do it next episode. Let's complete our quest.
The next step...
Right. We have to do the Queen's Decree to get here. After that, we can take a different path. But we'll follow that next episode. Guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I'll check you later. Take care out there.